Hey, what's up? It's Sydney. I hope you're doing well. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you the books that I've been reading in 2020. I am a reader. I like to read. I try to read every day, but I definitely have some days and weeks that I don't read. But I think it's an important thing. It's a good habit to have in your life. I think it's good to always learn new things and get different perspectives from different people and things like that. I usually read self-development books or educational books that, talk about whatever it is I'm wanting to learn about. But anyways, if you're interested, then we can get into it. If you like reading too, leave a comment of your favorite book down below or one of your most recent reads down below. Alrighty, let's get into it. So I do want to just start off by saying that I do sometimes listen to audiobooks. I don't have like a subscription or anything like that. I bought a trio of books. Well, actually I got it for free. I did like the free trial and then canceled it. So I didn't really pay anything, and I got 3 books from Dr. Joe Dispenza. I just ended up finding a trio and using that for my credit. So I got lucky there, worked the system there. But anyways, the books that are included in the trio is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, Becoming Supernatural, and You Are The Placebo. I'm currently reading Becoming Supernatural and I really enjoy it. It's just all about the things that I'm super into right now, which is like metaphysics and spirituality, mental stuff, how our thoughts create our world, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm enjoying that. I like to listen to that when I'm driving, cleaning, multitasking, and I don't want to listen to music. Sometimes it's nice to break it up with some literature. Is music literature too though? But you know what I mean. And then we'll jump into the books. So a couple of these I don't have on hand because they were checked out at the library, so I had to take them back home where they belong. But I will definitely put a picture of the ones that are not here with me today. So the first book is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This is a book about spiritual enlightenment. I read this book last year as well as this year. I think it's a really good book for 2020 and just the times that we're in right now, even like just in general. It's just really about being in the moment, and it just goes into a lot of different subjects when it comes to enlightenment and things about that nature. I'll go ahead and read a little paragraph from it just to give you a little idea. An emotion usually represents an amplified and energized thought pattern, and because of its proven overpowering energetic charge, it's not easy initially to stay present enough to be able to watch it. It wants to take you over, and it usually succeeds unless there's enough presence in you. If you are not pulled into unconscious identification with the emotion through lack of presence, which is normal, the emotion temporarily becomes you. So I say this a lot, especially to like my friends, like, you are not your emotions, and like listen to your gut. That's kind of like a gist of it. Kind of just talks about how we think and how we just don't even realize how we think, Earlier this year I also read Total Money Makeover by Ramsey, and this is a really good beginner book for people that want to learn more about finances. It really helps you with getting out of debt, talks about student debt, saving money for your kids, even a little bit about retirement and just savings and all that stuff. So I definitely think it's an important topic. So if you are a total beginner, like maybe if you are in debt, or just, haven't read any financial books before, then I would say this is a good one. I'm a beginner and this is what I began with. But another book that I just finished that I really like as well is I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. And this one I feel like is a step above. So this one goes a little bit more in depth about accounts and just like where to put your money and stocks and investing and stuff like that. This one inspired me to be even more financially savvy. I enjoyed both of these. I feel like if you are a little bit, I feel like these both would be good for beginners. I don't know, like, these are the only 2 finance books that I've read, so I'm not an expert or anything, so I don't really know what people that maybe have already been watching YouTube videos, or maybe that already read this book, like, you know, I don't know. But personally for me, I really enjoyed both of these, and they got me, you know, working my way towards some retirement and money goals. So yeah, anyways, this summer I read a book called The Little Book of Korean Skincare by Charlotte Cho, and it was a really nice, easy read about Korean skincare, South Korea in particular. South Korea has really innovative skincare, and I personally love skincare, and I really wanted to learn more about Korean skincare. They have a, is it 9 or 12 step skincare routine, and they just have a certain way of like doing their makeup and just taking care of their skin. And they also, their skincare brands are just so innovative. They really take it there with the packaging, with the formulations, with the technology, the new technology, and trying new types of ingredients, or at least things that we haven't really heard of that often before. And I just really like that kind of stuff. So that was a nice read. If you're into skincare, I would recommend that one. A few months ago, I read a book called Wherever You Go, There You Are, and I will put the author's name here and everything. I don't want to mess up their name. I really liked that book. That book kind of reminded me of The Power of Now. It was about mindfulness, so kind of about presence, being in the moment and meditating and things like that. So I personally like that kind of stuff, so I really enjoyed reading that. It just made you kind of think a little bit deeper, like about kind of life in general. So I liked that one. A couple months ago, I finished up a book called The Holistic RX by Madiha, Saeed, and that was a very, very educational book about the body and kind of naturally healing it from the inside out, which is something that I do believe in. I think it is a harder than it should be. I think that the food we're given and the things we're given and the like pollution and everything makes it harder than it should be to just be healthy and live. But at the end of the day, I think we need to heal inside and not just mask and, you know, use medicines to just mask things. I definitely respect and think we need medicine as well, but you know what I mean. So I also have a lot of inflammation in my body, like neck pain and back pain and stuff like that, so, and migraines. So I wanted to just kind of see more about lowering my inflammation. So it talked a lot about the anti-inflammatory diet, which is kind of an overwhelming diet for like people that eat meat and dairy and bread and all that stuff. It's like, whoa, what can I eat? But it was very educational. I took a lot of notes. I'm not on that diet fully, but I do feel more educated and mindful about what I do want to put in my body. It also talked about different things for different problems, like different diets, different supplements, and herbs and oils and things like that. So if you're into health, and especially holistic health, you should definitely look into that one. I just started reading this book right here. It's called The End of Your World by Adyashanti. I've just read about 10 pages and I think it's pretty cool so far. This one also is kind of about spirituality and stuff like that. Talks about life after awakening, after you come to that realization that you are one with everything and like you're not separate from anything. And you know, just being woke can be a lot to deal with, because you just see the world so differently and you're dealing with so much inside that you really are trying to heal past stuff, ancestor stuff, things that we have been programmed to believe about ourselves, all that stuff. It's a lot of unraveling of who we were before. So this is kind of like a book about that, at least so far. That's what I'm getting out of it. But it's in a positive way. It's not in like a negative way. It's just in a so let's talk kind of way, because I feel like I can understand, at least so far, most of these things. Does that make sense? And then lastly, I haven't opened this book yet, I haven't read it yet, but we've got Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I found this at Goodwill a couple weeks ago for $1, and I've been wanting to read this for a couple years now, so I actually own it, so I'll definitely be getting onto this one soon. That last book is checked out from the library, so I'm going to try to finish that one up. But since I own this one, I don't have to really read it on a timeline, but this is supposed to be really good for business and like life in general. Shall we read a little clip? Shall we read a little clip? I don't know. I don't know where to even open it. What I would do if I had $1 million. This story proves the truth of that old saying, where there's a will, there's a way. It was told to me that the beloved educator and clergyman, the late Frank Gonzalez, who began his preaching career in the stockyards of South Chicago. While Dr. Gonzalez was going through college, he observed many defects in our educational system, defects which he believed he could correct if he were the head of a college. His deepest desire was to become the directing head of an educational institution in college, or in which young men and women would be taught to learn by doing, which, awesome. He made up his mind to organize a new college in which he would carry out his ideas without being handicapped by orthodox methods of education. He needed $1 million to put the project across. Where was he to lay his hands on so large sum of money? That was the question that absorbed most of this ambitious young preacher's thought. But yeah, so this is kind of like a long story right here. But if there's a will, there's a way. We're gonna make $1 million. So I'm about that. So those are the books that I have been reading in 2020, and personally, if I get through a book, I like it. So all these books I did enjoy. If I can't get through a book, if I can't really read it, then I can't really finish it. So yeah, that's that on that. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe before you leave. It would mean a lot to me. Anyways, I'm gonna end the video, so I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'm sending you all the love and all the good vibes, and I'll catch you in my next video real soon. Peace out. Bye. Bye. Bye.